Welcome to my AudGram review. If you've ever struggled to get attention on your podcast or audio content, then pay close attention because in this AudGram review and bonuses video, I'm going to show you a tool that completely transforms the way content creators turn audio into viral videos. AudGram is not your average audiogram software. This is a full-blown, high-powered content creation suite that lets you take audio, or even just a script, and turn it into stunning video clips using advanced AI voiceovers, voice cloning, and customizable templates that are built to go viral on social media. During this AudGram review, I'll walk you through why this tool is blowing up right now. With the rise of short-form content and podcasting, audiograms are becoming one of the top formats for increasing engagement. And guess what? AudGram nails it with features other tools don't even come close to offering. I've seen a lot of AudGram reviews already, but none of them dive into the bonuses and funnel like I'm about to. On the front end, you'll get AudGram Pro for just $37 to $67 as a one-time deal if you act during the launch window. You can even use the coupon code AudGram to save extra. You'll also have a chance to upgrade with premium order bumps like the Template Expansion Pack and the VoiceOver Pack, and optional upsells like AudGram Ultra, Easevisual, Easy Image AI, and Social Tail, all of which give you even more creative and monetization power. This is truly the perfect tool for podcasters, coaches, video marketers, and content creators looking to turn static content into dynamic video clips that stand out in the feed. The launch for AudGram starts Tuesday, June 10th, 2025 at 11 a.m. EST, and the cart closes Sunday, June 15th at 11:59 p.m. EST. After that, the special lifetime pricing goes away, and it moves to a subscription model. If you're looking for a real, honest AudGram review, this is it. And if you want to maximize the value of your purchase, don't forget to check out my AudGram bonus page packed with exclusive tools and training that complement this software perfectly. You can access everything through the link in the description below. This tool is in high demand, and affiliate spots are competitive, with big prize contests going on during launch. But even if you're just here for the content creation side, trust me, AudGram is the real deal. So, if you're serious about boosting your reach, growing your audience, and turning audio into eye-catching, shareable content, this is your chance. Click the link in the description now to see all of my exclusive bonuses for AudGram.
Okay, so this is inside of your AudGram account. This is where you're going to be able to see each of the different audiogram projects that you are working on. So you can see on the left here, you have the creation date, you have your title, you have who created it. You also have the status, if it's in draft, if it's currently being processed, or if it's been completed. Then you also have the length, and then you'll have some quick actions here if you want to edit the project, change the name, or delete it. Now, one thing I do want to mention, depending on which version of AudGram you have, you'll be able to have what we call sub-accounts. So this is perfect for agencies. So if you're an agency and you're working with clients, you'll be able to create different workspaces. And each workspace could be a client or a different project that you're working on. And then within that workspace, you could have different projects going on. So maybe you have multiple podcasts, or just if you want to organize them however you see fit. So I can click in here and go to each of these different workspaces, and it's going to show all of the different audiogram projects that I am currently working on. So it currently is available for Ultra, as well as if you do purchase the bundle deal. Now, let me show you exactly how easy it is to create your audiogram. So first things first, you're going to be able to click on create new, and then I'm just going to say this is episode 11 just for test purposes, and then I'm going to go into this wizard, and it's just going to walk you through step by step on how to create the audiogram. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to either select the audio or you're going to paste text. Now it just depends on how you want to do this. So maybe you already have an existing audio, maybe you did a podcast interview, or you have some MP3 or WAV file that has some audio content on it. You can go in here, and I could click on select file, and I could upload it into here, and it's going to create the captions for me. The other option is to paste text. And so you could either paste text here, or you could even have AudGram create an AI version of the script. So it's completely up to you. So I'm going to show you both. So I'm going to click on select file, and I'm just got this little sample clip, and it's going to process this. It might take a couple of seconds or up to a minute, depending on how long it is. So now that's been created. I'm going to click on OK, and I'm going to click on next.
Two most powerful components.
You can see it has uploaded the clip, And if I wanted to, I can go into the clip editor and I can start to adjust this. Now I'm gonna explain that a little bit in more depth in just a second. But let's just say for now I wanted to take this whole clip, and I'm gonna click on next. And what it's going to do now is going to create the captions for me. So just a matter of a couple seconds, it went in and it created the captions. So that is the first way that you can do it, is through creating the audio clip or uploading the audio. The other option would be to let's just do another one here. And so now instead I want to paste text. Or how about this? Let's go ahead and generate a script. And I have a little prompt here, so I'm just going to copy and paste it. So I'm going to say, write a 30-second script for an audiogram giving one quick tip on improving email open rates. So I'm going to click on generate, and it's going to create that script for me. Perfect. Okay, so it says, want to boost your email open rates? The secret might be simpler than you think. Personalize your subject line. With email inboxes more cluttered than ever, adding a personalized touch can make your message stand out. Start by using it. Okay, so as you can see, this just created a really nice script for me. If I wanted to, I can go in here and I could edit it. And so once I like how it is, I'm going to use this, and it's going to add it into the area here. And then I'm going to also scroll down, and now I can choose from one of these AI artists. So we have lots of different AI artists to choose from. You can click here and just hear a little preview.
This is sample voice generated from this voice.
This is sample voice generated from this.
This is sample voice generated from this.
This is sample voice generated from this voice.
And so let's just say,
does it look good?
This is sample voice generated from this voice. Does it look good? If yes, you can select it.
All right, so I'm going to go with, we'll go with Roger here. And so now I'm going to click on next, and it's going to process the text here with this AI voiceover. So it's going to generate that file for me. Okay, so now we are on the, now we're going to be clipping the audio. So I could either take that entire audio, or if I wanted to, I can, move this around. If I only wanted a certain amount, I can do that. So maybe I wanted, from seconds 10 to 40. We also have this option here, which you can zoom in if you really want to get granular, or zoom out, or I can use up here in the timeline and be able to select a specific, time in there. But for this example, I'm just going to use the entire clip, and I'm going to go ahead and play it so you can hear how the AI generated voice sounds.
Want to boost your email open rates? The secret might be simpler than you think. Personalize your subject lines. With email inboxes more cluttered than ever, adding a personal touch can...
So you can hear just how realistic that sounded, guys. A couple other really cool things that you're able to do. So we know that a lot of you guys are going to be publishing this on social media. So if you click on duration, we actually give you kind of the predefined limits that each of these social media websites typically like. So like if you're going to do an Instagram reel, you don't want it to be more than 1:30, or a story would be 1 minute, or if it's a post, 3 minutes. So, or if you're doing like a YouTube short or a YouTube clip or a TikTok story or post. So we've already predefined these limits. So if you have a very large, maybe you're uploading a full-length audio podcast episode, and maybe that podcast episode is 60 minutes. Well, what you can do is you could actually click and say, well, I only want 15 seconds, and it's automatically going to provide you that amount of time, and then you can just drag it to whatever part of the clip that you want to capture. So these are just really nice little shortcuts that you can use to help speed up your workflow. Now, once I have the audio clip that I want, again, you can either turn on or off captions. By default, we leave them on, but you can turn them off. And now I'm going to click next, and we're going to go to the timeline. So now on the timeline, you have a lot of really cool options here. So first thing I can do is I can just keep this. If I wanted to select an AI voice, I'm just going to select. So if you just have one person who's doing the voiceover, all you need to do is you can click here, and I'm going to select, so let's just say Roger, and then I can preview the podcast, and I can just go to next, and it's going to allow me to go to the next step. Now, What's really cool is what if you had multiple people that are maybe it's an interview. And so it's two people, one person is doing the interview, the other person is being interviewed. So what I could do is instead I could go take that off, and then I could say, okay, so let's just say for this part, I want it to be, Roger. And then for the next part, like with the person who's answering, I could say, okay, well, this is this part. I'm going to say, well, this is Jenny. And then this last part is back to Roger. So you can start to split this up and have multiple people talking and having a conversation all through the power of AI. So it's really nice, especially like if you want to basically create full-length podcast episodes or interviews without even having to do the interview. You just have it done through AI. And so that's how you go and kind of slice up that timeline. And so the other option you do have is, let's just say I wanted to do a recording. I could say I'm going to highlight the text, click on record, and then we have a built-in recorder. So I could just use my microphone. I can insert my recording. I could start to record it, and then it'll just get added here. So I could do a combination of artificial intelligence voices as well as my own voice. Or you could even upload your own file. So maybe you already have a pre-recorded video or audio clip. And so you can do a combination. So it can be blended between artificial intelligence, you actually recording from your computer, or just uploading a file. So just for this example, I'm just going to go back to the kind of Jenny, Roger interview. And then I'm going to click on next. And now we have all these different templates that you can choose from. So you can filter by 9:16, 16:9, or 1:1, depending on where you're going to be publishing this audiogram. And so I can just scroll through here and find one that I like. And let's just say that I wanted to use this one here. And I'm going to click next. And so now it brings you into our editor. So now you can edit each one of these different options. So the graphic, the text, the colors, do you want to use a wave? Do you want to use a progress? So I can go in here and just start updating these. So I could say, okay, I want this wave, or if I wanted to, I could say, I want the progress bar instead. So we can do that. But for this one, I'm going to do wave. And captions, if I wanted to change the main text color, the secondary text color, the text font, the active captions color, which would be like, so as the voiceover is being said, it'll highlight each of those words. And then you have your media. So let's just say I wanted to replace this, and I wanted to, I have this like little podcast graphic. So I can go in here into the timeline, and I could adjust this, and I'm going to say, let's put it right there. And then you have your text. So let's just say, for this one, I'm going to do secondary text. So I'm going to do improving email open rates. I'm going to leave the host there. And then you can see each of your different layers. So it's just like a normal canvas. If you wanted to move a layer above, on top or behind, you're able to drag and drop these different layers. And then you have your background. I'm going to leave the background just because I like that template, but you can change all of that, or you can just do a solid color. Now, what's really neat is we have this intro outro feature. So what I could do is, if I have a podcast, I can go in here and I could start uploading. So here's my intro and here's my outro clip. And so now I could have the intro play at the very beginning and have the outro play at the very end, and then obviously have the meat or the main interview or podcast be in the middle of this clip. And so that's really it, guys. So I can, I've basically customized this how I wanted to. And now I'm going to click on next, and I'm going to export it. So now this could take a couple of seconds, could take a couple of minutes, could take up to 20 minutes. It depends on how long. So we do have a rendering queue. So depending on, how much is in the queue, it may take a little bit of time, but I'm going to go ahead and click on export. We do work on a credit system, and I'll talk about that in just a second. But if I click on export, it's going to go ahead and it's going to add it to the queue. And like I said, it says 10 to 30 minutes, but actually it could take a couple of minutes depending on the length of your audiogram, as well as if there's other ones in the queue. And so now you can see here, it's in queue and it's next to render. And so I'm just going to give this a little bit of time, and I'm going to refresh the page here in just a second. And again, this is a pretty short clip. It's only 42 seconds long in total with the intro and outro. And we'll hear exactly how it sounds. So let me just wait a second. And actually, while that is rendering, I'm going to go and show you something really cool. So a couple things. You have the option to clone voices, which is really nice. Depending on which version you're on, if you have the Ultra or the bundle version, you'll be able to have this. So I can go in here and say that I have 5 people within my company. I could actually get a recording of their voice and be able to use them and select them as a voice to be generated when I'm creating an audiogram. So let's just say that John is our CEO, and we want John to be able to record some podcast interviews or just some audio content. John doesn't even need to be manually recording it himself. What I can do is I can click on Create New and say this is John, our CEO, and I can give him a little image if I wanted to. And then I could either record the statement right from within our built-in recorder, or you can actually upload a high resolution audio file of previous content that he has recorded, and we will have our built-in cloning engine be able to clone his voice. And so then when you go back and, I showed you before the AI generated voices, now you have a whole nother list of all these cloned voices. And you can do, the sky is the limit. You can really clone any voice that you want to, and now you can have them stored inside of your account. And so when I go in, I could just, write up some text or have the AI generate the text for me. And then I can select John, the CEO, and it'll output John's voice. So it's super, super cool. It's a really nice feature. The other thing that I wanted to mention is, so like here, actually before I do that, so like we did a couple here. So like Elon Musk.
Today, we'll explore a variety of topics to ensure this voice model captures the full range of human expression. Let's start with something simple.
All right. And then like here's Bill Gates.
Today, we'll explore a variety of topics to ensure this voice model captures the full range of human expression.
So you can see like how realistic that sounds. So just imagine doing that, deploying that for your clients or just your own internal team, or having like a virtual assistant go in here and create all sorts of really nice audio content that your CEO or people within your company don't even have to manually be recording these voiceovers. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention is we do allow you to add users. So if I wanted to, I could create a new user and I could enter their email address, give them a role if I want them just to be a normal user or have full control, and then select which workspaces they should have access to. So again, if you have virtual assistants, if you have clients and you want to give them access to one of these workspaces, you're able to do that. It'll send them an email, it'll invite them, and they'll be able to access the different audiograms or projects that are within your workspace. Now I'm going to go back to the dashboard and then we'll go ahead and download that rendered video. Okay, so it's completed. So I'm going to go ahead and download it and we will listen to it here. Let me just let it finish downloading.
Digital Kickstart presents Off the Record Behind the Curtain of Marketing Millionaires with your host, Mark Thompson.
Okay, sorry about that. I actually have to move this so you can see it. So now you heard the intro. I just paused it. So now I'm going to play the rest of it.
Want to boost your email open rates? The secret might be simpler than you think. Personalize your subject lines. With email inboxes more cluttered than ever, adding a personal touch can make your message stand out. Start by using the recipient's first name.
All right, so I'm not going to play the whole thing just so you can see, but so as you can hear, so we had the intro that played at the very beginning, and then we had the actual, the audiogram with the caption showing, and then it highlighted it. So really cool, guys. Like, it's super easy to use and very accurate. As you can hear, it sounded like a realistic voice. And as I said, with the cloned voice feature, that it just takes it to the next level. So that is AudGram. Go ahead and click the button on this page to get access to AudGram today.